Looks like good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon today. Only folks from across the ditch. That's kind of interesting. I'm going to be in a chair today. We'll do Thursdays seated in preparation for the seated class that I go do in person after this. You're welcome to stand if you'd like. The movements today are ones that you're familiar with standing, so you can go either way with these. But if you're going to sit, take a seat, feet flat in front of you, but I want you to come out just a little wider than hips and turn your feet out today. We're going to do a couple of things with the arms that require us to get around the legs in a way that is a little more difficult if they're straight out in front of us. Let's close the eyes, let the arms float up to about shoulder height, turn your palms to the ceiling, and let's take a few deep breaths. Sitting on the front edge of your chair if you can, keeping the back nice and straight. We will be turning a little bit to the side, but nothing behind the back today. And then keeping your eyes closed if you can, but open them if you feel the need to. I want you to put your first two fingers together. Bring your arms in. Put 2 fingers over your heart and 2 fingers over your forehead, right between the eyes, just above the eyes. And continue breathing as we connect head to heart. And then on an inhale, still keeping your eyes closed if you can, spread the arms back out and then bring them back in, switching the hands. So 2 hands on the forehead, 2 fingers. 2 fingers over the heart, and we'll pause here for a few breaths. And then open the eyes. The hands float back out. And just let them melt on down. And let's connect to the breath. Breathing in. Hands rise to about shoulder height, maybe a little higher. Let everything get heavy and melt down as you breathe out. One more time, floating up. And this time, turn the palms forward and let's close in around the tree. Breathing in, expand. Exhaling. Come on back around, hug that tree. One more time, expanding out. This time close in, not quite as far. Flatten the palms and let them float down. Then the arms float back up, coming from the outside of the legs and then coming back down inside the legs. Breathing in, we rise. The arms float out just a little bit so they come down outside the leg, alternating inside, outside. One more time, both hands rising. And this time, let one hand float outside, the other one comes to rest. And just one hand turns over and lifts and comes back down the middle. Staying in the middle now, lift. Breathing in. And rises, spirals at the top, presses down as we breathe out. One last time coming up in the middle. And then turn. Lift all the way as far as you can turn to the side. Then beside the leg, coming down inside that leg, turning further, coming up inside the leg, coming down outside the leg. One last lift as we turn as far as we can turn. And then let's bring it back around. Beside the leg. Both sides of the other leg. All the way to the side. And let that hand float back down, coming to rest, lifting the other hand in the middle. These are a number of silk reeling variations on the move from dragon and tiger called dragon and tiger meet. One more time up in the middle. And then turn to the side. One to the outside. Next one up and down one leg. Turning up and down the other leg. Turning all the way to the side. And we'll bring it back around. And a last one. And then fold that one back into the middle as it comes down. The other one comes up, staying in the middle. Both hands in action now. In breath as one rises. Out breath as it falls and the other rises. Last one here. And then we're going to close the hands back together at the lower dantian, holding a ball, and begin to turn that ball. A breath, a breath, breathing in on one turn, breathing out on the next turn. One more turn with each hand. And then expand back out. Coming back in, recapturing the ball down low. One more time, come back in, capture the ball, hold here, take an inhale, on the exhale, push palms apart. Inhaling the hands back past each other, exhaling as both palms turn over and separate. Separating earth and sky. I have a few familiar ones in a row here, drawn from the 8 brocades, among other places. Last one. And just let that hand float down. Both palms turn over and lift. Hands turn over at the shoulders, pressing overhead. 2 hands hold up the heavens. The starting move from the 8 brocades. Breath just in 2 parts though, seated. Breathing in as we rise, and breathing out as we release. One more time, lifting in the middle. And then let's change direction, lifting on the outside, coming center, pressing down. Last one over the top. The arms come back up, hands turn over, Pinkies come toward each other as you draw the hands in, then spiral the hands, push forward, and separate the clouds. Hands rise, close in, pinkies come together as you draw the hands in toward you, spiral, push forward and out, and release down. One more, parting the clouds. And then let the hands float back up, and then leaning a little bit forward, let the hands pass by each other and then lift straight up. Last time, coming all the way down. And then coming back over the top, stopping at the shoulders, folding one hand in, grabbing that bowstring, let the other one form an aiming point. Take a breath in, and then on the exhale, stretch out, draw the bow. As you breathe in, swing your bow hand all the way across the body. Let the other hand fold out, take its place, and draw the bow. Inhaling as we transition across, exhaling as we draw the bow. One last one. Let your bow hand extend out, or string hand extend out. Hands float down, and then float forward as we draw the hands into fists and pull them back into the ribs. Pause and take an inhale here, and on the exhale, hunch one forward. Inhale that one back in. Exhale the other one forward. Draw those hands up nice and high as you pull them back in, right beneath the armpits. Squeeze those shoulder blades together as you draw the hand back. One more on each side. Hands stay in fists, let them drop down, and then float one out across the body. Back of hand facing you. And then as you exhale, pull it back in. Fists down nice and low now. Recharge the heart chi. One more time. And then we'll temper that fire with a little water, extending one leg a bit forward as we push the wave. One more push. And then the next time out, hands flatten toward the floor, drawing circles in the opposite directions, calming the waters. One more circle forward, and then press forward, draw back, change the direction of your circles. One more set of circles, and as we draw the hands back toward us, pull that leg in, let the other one extend out, and push the wave. One more push before we flatten out and calm the waters. Pressing forward, hands flat toward the floor, draw circles in the opposite directions like your hands are skimming the surface of the water. One more circle before we switch directions. This time press forward, but then draw it back. Change the direction of your circle. One more circle, and then we'll pull it all back in. Let the hands float down to the sides, and we'll go back to where we began, flying like the wild goose. breath in, wind beneath your wings. Nice slow breath out as the arms melt down. One more time, and then we'll take it into the close. Turn the palms up, all the way overhead. Turn the palms to the floor, press the palms. One more time. As the hands reach bottom, press the fingertips together, lean forward as you turn the wheel. And we'll take a few extra turns of the wheel today. One more time. And as you rise, let the hands separate. One floats overhead, down the midline. Other side. And let's do one more on each side. And this time as the hand floats down, let the hands come together, hand over the lower dantian, and bring your feet just a little closer together. Close your eyes, and we'll breathe it to the finish. Let's take one more deep breath in. And as you release that breath, open your eyes, let your hands fall off to the side, give the arms and shoulders a little shake. Thanks for joining me for our seated session today. Have a wonderful remainder of your Thursday. Namaste.